Hello, this is David Dean, and welcome back once again. Still going through all the update patch notes, and I had already put out a video on that, but I kept getting asked so many questions about Challenge the Horde, and even why on my thumbnail I put the scavenger weapons when they have nothing to do with Challenge the Horde. But they actually do. And for a lot of people, they weren't around when Challenge the Horde came out. And let's see, actually, we'll start here. Challenge the Horde, before Battle Royale came out, when Epic did events for Save the World, they weren't, go into a mission, click on 5 quest items, go to a second mission, click on 10 quest items. Before we had that, we had events like this, which were just really amazing. And on Challenge the Horde, what it says here, it's a mode focused on getting into combat quickly. Drop into the map with pre-built base and battle against waves of enemies. And it was, for me, great. There was some issues with it, which I will get into. But it also had, as part of this event, some of the best heroes and best weapons I've had fun playing with in the game so far. And normally, when you're running missions, you drop in and you already have pre-made weapons, pre-made traps. What you don't have pre-made is your forts. So you run over to the objective, you gather materials, and you build the fort, and then you protect the objective. Challenge the Horde did that totally opposite. What it did is, first of all, when you first started off, you would go into a separate area and pre-build your objective defenses. So you would build your base beforehand. And you would start off with very limited resources. You couldn't even finish a pyramid build with wood, with what they gave you in the beginning of it. And then you went into the mission with 3 other people, and basically each of your forts was like protecting 4 different amplifiers. And you have waves of attacks coming in. But when you went in, you had no weapons pre-made and you had no traps pre-made. All you had was a very limited set of materials, totally separate from the materials you carry around with you in the rest of the game. And you would have to craft your weapons and traps on the fly while getting your structure ready for the incoming horde coming to attack. It was great. If you had a group of people that were the same level and into actually paying attention to what they were doing, it was a lot of fun. It is also the worst ever when it came to issues of low-level people jumping in with high-level people. Because every time you completed a Horde mission, you would get more skill points to update your skill tree for the Horde event, which would give you more materials for building traps, defenses, and building up your fort. But like towards the end of it, I had a solid metal 3-tile high, totally trapped out fort, and I would go in and somebody would join me who had no materials hardly at all, and then I would have to use up everything I had helping them out. And it really got lopsided. It sounds like this time they're fixing that issue. But with this, if you go back to, and a lot of people for this Challenge the Horde keep calling it Horde Bash, they are the same thing. This came out October 5th of last year. And you see here, Horde Bash, Save the World, Challenge the Horde. Same thing. And this just goes through. If you want to go back and look at the 1.7 release notes, you'll see what they had done then. It has changed up a little bit. Epic says on how they're going to do it. Evidently, this time they're going to keep the forts closer. As you can see in this picture, they got 1, 2, 3 forts really close to each other. That was not how they actually did it. You had quite a bit of distance between the forts. And it sounds like they are changing that. But what also came out at that time, since basically the whole premise of Challenge the Horde was to have very limited resources, kind of put you in panic mode the whole time to do quick building and just using whatever you could grab as fast as you can. they came out with heroes and weapons that really were suited towards that. So they came out with these heroes. They came out with an Energy Thief Ninja. They've kind of fixed issues with the ninja with energy usage, but it used to be a huge, huge issue. So they came out with a ninja who was really good with Dragon Slash and also had attacks that could steal energy from the husk to power her abilities. Then they came out with an Outlander who specialized in pistols and gathering ammo. And I will go into the game and just show you the actual perks. And then they came out with the Constructor, which is still, for a lot of people, considered one of the absolute best constructors, and definitely one you want to have, if not for your main hero, but for a support hero, and I'll get more in that. And then the character that made me love the double-barrel shotgun, this is the Raider who specializes in shotguns. And you can get this from the collection book at level 100, but she looks a lot better than that one does, and you can get it as soon as the event hopefully comes out. And one thing, Epic has not said these heroes and these weapons are coming out with this event. They have simply said they're having Challenge the Horde. But that was part of Challenge the Horde event, and as I said, the heroes and weapons were tailored to the event, so it would make sense to have them in there. And these were the weapons, which I just loved the look of. Being a guy who loves to build things and craft things out of whatever I have at hand, these are the weapons I love to use. The double-barrel shotgun was a lot like the Thunderbolt, and is just an absolute great weapon to have. You have the, I think this is Riptide. It is a machine gun pistol. And if you have the Ranger Outlander, this thing was absolutely deadly, and I still use it today on my Ranger as my best pistol, mainly for taking down like smashers. And the other one everybody loved was the Trash Cannon. This sent out a fiery ball of death and blew everything up. And with these, the deal with these is they took less materials to craft, did more damage, and then had very low durability, so they wouldn't last very long. Kind of feeding into that scavenging mode that you constantly had to be gathering stuff, using it up, and then gathering again. And hopping over into the game, looking at these. Actually, I want to do the weapons first. We had the Buzzcut assault rifle, which was just awesome looking and did good damage. I know some people liked it. I thought it was kind of a medium weapon. And once again, just showing you what was here the last time this event coming out. No guarantee it's coming out again as far as weapons and heroes. But one thing I noticed is they did change them over in the collection book to the new style. As far as perks, and even on the sniper rifle changing over the range, which they did with all the sniper rifles just recently. And this is the normal shotgun for medium range, which was also a decent shotgun. But the one I really loved was Old Smoky here, the double-barreled shotgun. This thing is just great at very close quarters of killing a dozen husks with one shot, and whatever it doesn't kill, the huge impact would usually knock them back on their backside. And hop in there, and then here we got our Riptide. And once again, it is a machine gun pistol, magazine size of 25. And this thing is just absolutely deadly. I had Water Elemental on mine and some really good perks. And let's see, it did have a sniper rifle. I leveled mine up a little bit. Didn't like it all that much. I think I got the Super Shredder, so I went ahead and collection booked this one, but I would like to give it another try now. They did increase this range up to 25,000. That was not the original range on it. And that is just a great looking weapon with the barbed wire on it. Very cool. And then you have Scavenger Axe. I'll show it to you. Nobody specializes with the axe right now, but it is a damn cool looking weapon. And let's see, we do have now a ninja who kind of specializes in the spear. So a nice little, looks like a hedge clipper blade shoved into that. And the stats on the side. And finally, right up there with the golf club and the baseball bat as being kind of totally useless in the game right now. They really need to come out with a hero that specializes in doing maybe extremely fast repeated hits with club damage. And so, but until they got that, this is kind of hurting. But those were just really quick, the weapons that had come out with that event, and I really hope come out a second time. The heroes, as I said, you can get this one in the game already by completing your collection book. But that gives you the Raider, which has a different skin on it. But this one, she starts off with Shockwave, which is just great for clearing enemies around you, debilitating shots. And this is where she gets into the shotgun shell shock, increased shotgun damage by 24%. Just awesome. Survivalist, killing an enemy with an ability or a weapon recovers 3 base health. And nice, gets frag grenade, which is always good to have. Perfect engineering, applying 3 stacks of debilitating shots to all enemies hit by Shockwave. I love reload. Reloading the equipped weapon increases run speed by 30% for 3 seconds. And for me, that was great because I was using double-barreled shotguns. So I do 2 shots, reload, speed boost. 2 shots, reload, speed boost. And it works out pretty good. Critical Blast increases shotgun crit hit damage by 70%. You get War Cry, increasing 40% more damage for range and melee. Also grants 40% attack speed, which is just awesome. Kneecapper, increase the effectiveness of debilitating shots. And then Flak Vest, reduces damage taken by 60%. And reduction drops to 15% each time soldier is hit. And on her bonus is the adjustable choke, increasing critical rating with shotguns by 8%. That increases as you level her up to 3 stars. And yeah, I absolutely loved running this hero for the event. And every once in a while, if you're running around, you will see somebody bash open a llama, and you'll see ammo dropping to the ground. That is because this guy is either the Outlander or they're slotted into the bonus, tactical squad bonus. Llama fragments now drop ammo. So that was really great in the event because you were running out of ammo really fast, and this guy helped even that out. Also, if you put them in support, you get 10% extra chance to find double ammo. Once again, really critical in the event. You had Phase Shift, Loot Llama, and Shock Tower. And then Phasers to Kill. Increase pistol damage by 50% for 4 seconds after Phase Shift. So you hit Phase Shift and then you just unload on your enemy. Capacitor increases for Shock Tower. Teddy. And then Eagle Eye increases critical rating with pistols by 18%. So once again, helping out your pistols. Locked and Loaded. Llama Fragment now drops ammo. Extended Magazine increases ammo capacity of pistols by 24%, which was really good on that machine gun pistol. The Riptide, in the zone after 5 hits. Yeah, with the pickaxe, you gain 24%. Increase Teddy rate of fire by 50%. Static Cling, enemies hit by Shock Tower take an additional 50% of Shock Tower damage every second for 6 seconds. So this one is kind of all over the place. He has some perks for pistol, he has some perks for Teddy, and he has some perks for Shock Tower. Not really specializing in any of those 3 things, but being enhanced in all 3. But if nothing else, if they have this hero again, you'd want to get it for the bonus. It's good to have. And let's see, over here, as I was talking about before, this is the Energy Thief. Crescent Kick, which she also gets more perks of. Mana Sleep. Vigorous Blade steals 5 energy every 4 sword attacks when attacking an enemy. This would be really good, mainly when attacking energy. Elemental Husk. Easy Sword, increased sword combo attack efficiency by 150%. You get your Dragon Slash. Assassination, Kicking and Screaming. Crescent Kick applies vulnerability to affected enemies, increasing damage from all sources by 40% on the target for 4 seconds. So that is a pretty huge increase. Return of the Dragon reduces the energy cost of Dragon Slash by 15. Smoke Bomb. Rebound. Crescent Kick will return 5 energy for every enemy hit by it. And then Breath of the Dragon. Dragon Slash has double its area effect. Additionally increases the damage of Dragon Slash by 50%. So pretty cool ninja hero to have. Not so great of a bonus on here. Steals 5 energy every 4 melee strikes against an enemy. Works with all melee weapons. This was a little bit of a decent perk before when everybody was having trouble with energy issues. Probably not so much now. But the one hero that I was so happy to get on my first account and wish I had it on my second account was Machinist Harper. She is absolutely great in traps. That is her focus. She does get Plasma Pulse to start off with. Standard Constructor base. Supercharged traps. Increased damage done by all traps within the base range by 30%. So increasing all damage to traps by 30% protected by her base. That is the one bad thing with her. She has the standard Constructor base with 3 segments. Right here, she increases the base connectivity by 1 building piece. So now it goes out 4 tiles, which is one of the smaller Constructor bases. But the traps done by her are absolutely awesome. And also, I would run her a lot of time when I saw somebody else running like Power Base or Mega Base Constructor, and have them put their Constructor base over the objective, and then I would put her base over a trap tunnel area. And you will see more trap stuff coming up. Decoy, I love having the abilities of both Decoy and the Plasma Pulse. So I put down the Decoy to bring all the mobs into it, put down the Plasma Pulse, and it just eats them up. Electrified Floors, great to have. Enemies within the area affected by base take damage every 2 seconds. Tough Traps increases trap durability by 25%. So, and that goes with this here, Overclock Traps. Decreases reload rate for all traps within the base range by 20%. So now the traps are going off 20% faster. They're doing 30%, I believe, more damage. Yep, 30% more damage. And they can last 25% longer. So helping your traps pretty much in every single way possible. Also, increased trap durability by 25%. That's for all traps. It doesn't matter if she is even using her Constructor base or they're covered by her base. Just the second she walks into a zone, every single trap in that zone has increased trap durability by 25%. And this is why I loved having her for Storm Shield defenses, because you'll see she ends up getting that for a bonus perk. Kinetic Overload and a Lofty Architecture increases health of buildings within the area of the base by 15%. Some good defense and recycling. For every 3 building pieces of the same material, base generates 1 of that resource type every 60 seconds, and so on and so on. This ability has been greatly increased and is really generating tons of mats. So this would be an absolutely great one to have for Challenge the Horde. And then her bonus, Tough Traps, increases trap durability by 10%. I believe that increases to 25% when you get to 3 stars. So those are the heroes that came out last time and the weapons that came out last time. There's no promise that those are the ones coming out this time with the upcoming event at patch 5.0. And no, I don't know what day this comes out. On the video, when I posted my other video, I got tons of questions. What day is it coming out? What day is it coming out? They did not say what day it's coming out. It's just a future event coming out. But yeah, Challenge the Horde, as soon as it drops, I will be putting out a ton of videos for it. because it really is a fun challenge if you know what you're doing when you go into it. The first couple times I went into it day one. It was just kind of a chaotic mess. But no, definitely a fun time. I look forward to this coming out. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I look forward to hearing them. And have a great day. Take care.